like you know what I'm about, baby.
What is up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Sakira, aka your favorite cosmic fairy. But if you're not new, you already knew that. Let's get into it, you guys. Welcome to the pick a card. Welcome to the party, or should I say the party from the future, because we are getting messages from our future selves today, and we're going to be getting in tune with what they want us to know. And by they, I mean, you know, your future you. And you guys, let me specify, because I like to get specific. So there really, in the quantum, realm, the quantum universe, there really is no such thing as the future or the past, right? Every moment is happening now at the same time. However, for the sakes and purposes of simplicity, I'm going to say your future self, which is just basically you in another timeline that has, more experience, that has been through this point that you are at in your life. We got sirens and horns outside, you guys, so I know I'm on point with something. But they've just been through where you're at now, and they have the wisdom and experience to tell you what it is that you need to know in order maybe to keep going, or to redirect, or, to do what you need to do to get to where you want to be. So without further ado, you guys, let's get into the close-up. I'm going to give you guys, a really in-depth look at the pile so that you can get close and acquainted with them. And then we're going to go ahead and get started with group number one. Let's get into it. All right, you guys, welcome to the group selection, the pile selection. We are getting messages from our future selves. Let's get into it. So groups 1, 2, and 3, as per usual, we have our crystals laid out, but I also gave you guys a little extra razzle dazzle for the collective. And I pulled these messages with like little, these cards with little messages on them. So let's get into it. Group number 1, your crystal is the pyrite crystal. And your message says, what are you waiting for? Group 2, your crystal is the amethyst. And your message says, love your dark side too. Group number 3, your stone, your crystal is the rose quartz. And your message says, give it the time it needs. Right? So look them over. You guys know what to do at this point. Everything's going to be timestamped. So whether you're in group 1, 2, and 3, you will have a timestamp, so you can just skip to your pile or your piles, right? Whatever you choose to do. If you guys want to pause this reading and, pause the video so that you can connect before you really get into the actual card pull, feel free to do what you got to do. Group number 1, we're going to go ahead. Oh my God. We're going to go ahead and start with you. Groups 2 and 3, we will see you at your designated timestamps. Let's go. Group number 1, pile number 1, if you chose the pyrite crystal, let's get into your reading. We're going to get some Florida water first, you guys, because I got to touch the throat chakra. Like, it's just a must. Period. Okay, so let's get into it. What does your future self want you to know? What messages does your future self have for you? So if you chose this first card, which says, what are you waiting for? Then I feel like you and your future self are aligned with knowing that there's something you've been needing to do. There's something that you've been feeling called towards, something you're curious about, maybe a dream that you've had that you're needing to take action, right? Like take action on. This feels like a call to action almost, where you're being asked to go out there and make something happen. Go out there and start like taking inspired action towards whatever this is that you feel aligned with, right? Period. I definitely feel like this is something that you've been hesitating to do. Like, what are you waiting for means like there is a hold up, there is a slow up, and there's a reason why. I feel like your higher self or your future self wants you to like really get in alignment with releasing the blockage that's keeping you from acting at this time, right? All right, group 1, let's see. So we have, this is bullshit, and we're going to read this. So it says, learn to deal with bullshit. It's everywhere. Just remember, what other people say and do is a reflection of them, not you. Don't take things too personal. So this could be the reason why you've been like waiting to take action, why you haven't been acting on, I'm hearing like your highest passion. So maybe it's something that you're really passionate about. Maybe it's something that you've really been, again, you've just been feeling called to do this thing, or feeling inspired to do this thing. But it feels like maybe there are people around you with maybe criticisms, or people that just don't understand the direction that you're wanting to go in, or they don't agree with it. But I definitely feel like there's people around you with something to say, and your future self wants you to know, like, learn to deal with the BS, because it's going to be there, right? People are always going to have something to say, but what people say, what they do is a reflection of them and not of you. I feel like group number 1, your future self wants you to learn, that's Lola, wants you to learn not to take things too personally. because that could be something that's stopping you from getting where you gotta go, right? And that's on period. So Lola's acting crazy, but that's okay. Let's see what else your future self wants you to know, group number 1. So we have embracing enthusiasm, shout to the heavens with happiness. Okay. And then we have rainbow blessings. Blessings are showering your life. So I definitely feel like your future self wants you to know, like, this is a time, like whatever this is that you're wanting to do, or that you're feeling called to do, or that you're needing to act on, it's something that not only is going to bring you a lot of happiness, but it's also going to bring in a lot of abundance, blessings and abundance, right? For you, for maybe the people around you. But I definitely feel like getting in alignment with what this is you feel called to do, group number 1, it's going to help you to get more happy. It's going to help you to feel more satiated, more fulfilled, right? More like you're in alignment with your purpose, right? And so I feel like your future self is really asking you, like, what are you waiting for? What's keeping you from these blessings? What's keeping you from the abundance? Because it can all be yours, right? Like, it will all be yours the minute that you stop maybe giving energy to what people are saying, what people are doing, how they're reacting to you, right? Because what matters at this point is, you know, your ability to be happy. What matters at this point is you tapping in with the things and doing the things and connecting with the things that bring up happiness for you, right? Because at the end of the day, group number 1, this is your life, right? Like, you can't live your life for other people, because at the end of the day, you living your life for them, at the end of your life cycle, you're going to look back and feel so unfulfilled and feel like, you know, I don't want to say filled with regret, but it feels like you could have just done so much more for yourself, right? And I feel like whatever this is that you know you're needing to act on is something that definitely will bring you so much wish fulfillment and so much alignment with like high vibrational frequencies and abundance and all of the things that maybe you've been wanting or asking for. But it definitely feels like you're in alignment with some really good things. Your future is looking really bright, but you're needing to act in a way that's going to actually align you with this energy, right? Think of it this way. It's already here, right? It's giving Ace of Pentacles. It's already here for you. You just have to literally say okay and take the step in the direction that's going to align you with that energy. Right? So for some of you, if this is starting a business, start that business, right? What are you waiting for? If this is about, you know, connecting with the person that you've been feeling like romantic chemistry with, what are you waiting for, right? Shoot your shot. If this is about, who knows, making amends with family, do what you gotta do, right? But there's something you've been feeling called towards, and your future self, sirens in the background, so I know there's no lies being told. Your future self is like, group 1. What's not clicking? What's not clicking, Steven? So what else do we have? Your commitment is being tested. I always say this is first and foremost your commitment to yourself whenever I see this card, right? Because there's nothing really outside of you to commit to. Life is full of changes. Life is full of like ebbs and flows. So cycles, they come and they go. You're never going to be fully committed to a cycle that's going to be permanent, right? The only thing permanent that you have is your connection to yourself. And your future self is letting you know, like, hey, your commitment to yourself and what you want and your happiness and the abundance that's waiting for you, that's what you're being tested on. That's what you're needing to commit to. How committed are you to your dreams and to your goals if you're waiting, right? If you're holding back or holding off. We have work through your fears, new moon in Scorpio. So for some of you guys, there's a fear, maybe a fear of what people will have to say, maybe a fear of like, you know, maybe a fear of failure, right? Maybe there's a fear of not making it to where you feel like you want to be, or things just not working out for you, right? But whatever those fears are, your future self wants you to know that it's time for you to release those. Like, with all this abundance getting ready to pour into your life, there's no need to be fearful. There's no need to be worried or anxious. Like, your future self is letting you know, like, you're already set. Like, things are already worked out for you, group number 1, in a way where you're going to be so happy that you made certain choices and certain decisions for yourself, right? And then we have prosperity lies ahead. Can I make this up? Yo, rainbow blessings, prosperity lies ahead. But look at this, ahead, meaning not right now. It's quote unquote in the future, right? In a different timeline. And so group number 1, like, the confirmation's coming through, like, fear not, worry not, because what you've been wanting for yourself, it's already yours. Your future self is coming through to let you know, like, that version of you in the future already has what it is that you've been wanting. All of the blessings, all of the prosperity, all of the financial security, all of the comfort and stability that you've been wanting, whether it's financially, emotionally, in your relationships, like whatever this is, your future self is like, this could be yours. But the question still remains, what are you waiting for, right? Okay, so let's get into it, you guys. We have 5 tarot cards out. I'm trying to think how I want to do these cards right now. I think I know. First card out is the 2 of Swords. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Okay. We have the Queen of Swords in reverse. All right. We have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. What the World in reverse. Okay. And the Devil in reverse. Ooh. So automatically, you guys, especially with the 2 of Swords being the first card out, this is giving me vibes of like being at a stalemate, being like at a standstill, not making a decision, not choosing one path or the other. Some of you guys are still trying to figure some things out, but right now I feel like you guys are lacking clarity, and that could be something that you fear. When you don't have clarity, it may bring up worry, fear, anxiety for you, right? Because again, like this fear of the unknown, some of you guys are fearing that you will be supported, you will be taken care of, you will be prosperous and successful, and I see that coming through as well. Which is kind of what's stopping you from stepping into this new chapter, closing out this old cycle that you've been in, so that you can make moves towards what it is that is waiting for you, right? But with the Devil in reverse being your last card out, your future self wants you to know, like, any fears, that's exactly what this is, right? That work through your fears, work through that negativity, work through all of those energies that are no longer serving you, so that you can release the blessing blockers that have been standing in your path, right? And for a lot of you, it's just like, you know, fear of what other people will say, fear of what, you know, what other people will have going on as far as their opinions of you. But we have a surrender card, and this is what your future self wants you to know, that you need to give up at this time, that you need to let go, release, surrender at this time. You guys have surrender to your intuition. Come on. Come on, group number 1. And I was telling you guys, it's like you could feel intuitively maybe like this is something you're needing to do or something you're needing to go in the direction of, but your intuition definitely is coming through strong, group number 1, letting you know like there is something you feel aligned with, there is something that's calling you, and it's calling you for a reason. Your intuition is literally your higher self, your future self from a different timeline talking to you, so that you can be guided towards exactly what it is that you want, whether it's the abundance, right? Or whether it's just being more happy. Okay, being more happy, right? Some of you guys are not the happiest you could be, and I could tell from the way that that card dropped, right? Like I meant to say right. The way that the card dropped, right? Like it's giving you could be happier, and that's okay, right? Sometimes we want to get ourselves into a happy position, but it's a little bit hard, especially when we're stuck in our comfort zone, and our comfort zone is full of fears that tell us that we can't do something, or we shouldn't do something, or if we do something that there are going to be negative consequences, maybe from other people around us. But surrender to your intuition reads, tune into your inner voice, be aware of any gut feelings, flashes, knowings, or aha moments that come through to guide you. So I definitely feel like you guys are getting some intuitive nudges from your future self, from your higher self. And this is what your future self is like, listen, I'm coming through telepathically. I'm giving you downloads. I'm giving you inspirations. Follow those things. That's how you get to where you want to be. Those are the keys right there, right? So let's get into some self-love, self-care messages. And we're going to close out, you guys. This is going to be the last message from your future self and what they want you to know at this time. And this is more or less like what they want you to know about how you should be taking care of yourself at this time, what it is that you need to feel better and to feel more aligned at this time. So the first card out is make a meal. So some of you guys need, and I see like a whole bunch of veggies. Like I literally only see veggies. I see tofu, avocado, carrots, tomato, broccoli, bell peppers, right? Herbs. So it feels like some of you guys need like a nutritious meal, or this could be your future self telling you to change the way you're eating, maybe incorporate more veggies, more herbs, more like nature-based things, and connect with that kind of energy. That could be important for maybe like your energy levels, or just getting you in alignment with the frequency that you need, right? Because let me tell you, vegetables are aligned with the heart chakra, fruits are aligned with the throat chakra, which are all considered upper chakras, right? So if you want to be in tune and in alignment with that high vibrational frequency, that could be something you could do. Now they're showing me, you guys, the color similarity between these two cards, intuition and make a meal. So intuitively, you could be feeling like you are needing to change the way you're eating, or just, again, you know, make some minor adjustments. Maybe you're already eating pretty well, but maybe you need to just incorporate a little bit bit more variety of veggies, or maybe if you're not really using any herbs, maybe you should be taking some, right? Like herbal supplements or herbal medicines, because you know your food is your medicine, or at least it should be, right? So just keep that in mind. Then you guys have nourish your temple. I did not look at these cards, and this is what I'm talking about. Like I could feel it. Like you guys are needing to eat healthier, like incorporate more nature-based alive foods into your body, right? If you're cooking your vegetables, don't overcook them, because then you're cooking out all of the things that nourish the temple, all of the vitamins and nutrients and all of those minerals that may come in your vegetables, right? Eating raw fruits and stuff. Some of you guys are being called to go on like a raw fruit diet, or like a vegetarian, or like oh my god, like raw vegan diet, something like that. But I feel like intuitively this could also be what it is that you guys are being called to do, and you've been procrastinating with that, right? But it feels deeper than just like changing your diet. It feels like there's something you're being called to go in the direction of, and to start putting some work into, and your diet may be one of those things, so keep that in mind. But I do feel like this could be maybe like career related, especially with prosperity lies ahead. I feel like maybe like a project or a business, or you know, a job position that you've been eyeing, or something like that, group number one, that you're just needing to connect with, right? This reading was so beautiful, you guys. Thank you so much for vibing. If you want to book a personal, I have availability open, so hit that link in my description. If you are stopping here, thank you so much for vibing. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that like button, you guys. We need it, group number one. But if you're going over to group 2 or 3, I will see you there, you guys. I love you so much. Thank you again, and peace out. All right, group number 2, if you guys chose this amethyst crystal, let's get into your reading. Let me get a little Florida water, you guys. I love to touch my throat chakra and the palms of my hands with this stuff. It feels like, I don't know, it just opens me up a little bit, or something. Well, let's get into it, you guys. All right, so if you chose this message, love your dark side too. I definitely feel like some of you guys have been struggling with accepting your shadow. I thought I heard sirens. I was about to say already. Here we go. So some of you guys may have been struggling, group number 2, with accepting your dark side, with accepting your shadow, right? Accepting those parts of you that maybe you're ashamed of, or those parts of you that maybe you want to hide away from the world because you don't feel like it would be accepted by other people. And I feel like your future self wants you to know, like, your dark side deserves love just as much as that good side of you that you present to people, right? Some of you guys may be dealing with like give it to me, spirit. It's like this energy that I'm feeling where maybe you are like hiding a part of yourself, if that makes sense, or like you're not showing the world like the most authentic version of who you are. Some of you guys may be going through like self-judgment, self-criticism, self-doubt, low self-esteem, because maybe like, you know, you feel like there are just some parts of you that are not lovable, right? But your future self begs to differ. So our first card out says opinions are shit. Okay, there you have it. So it says, don't let the opinions of others affect you. When someone decides to give you some unsolicited word garbage, immediately throw that shit right in the trash. Live your life for you. Fuck getting approval from anyone else. So it definitely feels like you guys may be dealing with opinions from other people as well when it comes to maybe certain aspects about yourself, right? Now, let me say this to you guys, group number 2. What I've learned in my own personal life is that my shadow is very much a part of who I am, and learning to love her and learning to embrace her makes me feel more whole and well-rounded and more complete as a person, because that is definitely a part of you, right? Like those shadowy sides, those dark sides, they're a part of us. It's the part of us that maybe we don't want to show to people, because in society, certain behaviors, certain mentalities, certain, you know, actions and certain mindsets are deemed demonic or evil or wicked or bad or just not acceptable, right? But however, there's not a single person on this planet that does not have a shadow, whether they choose to present it or not, right? And so I say that to say, by embracing that side of you, right, and by disregarding the opinions and the judgments and criticisms of other people, you will then begin to invoke some sort of like self-love. This definitely feels like lacking self-love, right? Because you can't really call it self-love if you're only showing love to the parts of you that feel good. If you're not showing love to the parts of you like your anger, right, like your sadness, like your jealousy, right? A lot of us don't want to embrace those energies. However, they live in us, they're a part of us. And until we get to that frequency or that vibration in our lives, which I do feel like group number 2, your future self has already risen to that part, which is why they're able to show love, right? Like, think of it this way. This is unconditional love for yourself. Your future self feels like it's already gotten to that point, group number 2, where they're able to unconditionally love self. They're trying to put you on, they're trying to put you on the game right now where it's like, listen, there are parts of you that you are not in love with right now. But as you grow, you will learn that those parts of you were necessary, because without those parts, you wouldn't have made certain decisions, you wouldn't have lived your life a certain way, and therefore you wouldn't have learned certain key lessons that your soul needed to learn in order for it to grow and expand, right? Life is just a cycle of growth and expansion, and more growth and more expansion, and every experience you have comes to teach you so that you can continue to grow and expand, right? So I do feel like some of you guys, your dark side is here to help you learn, right? You won't ever know what it's like to be in the light until you experience the dark. And some of you guys are like demonizing your dark side, or like criticizing it, or just like shunning it and not showing it love. Right now, it feels like your future self wants you to show unconditional love to your dark side, because it needs a little bit of TLC apparently, right? So let's see. You have surrendering to the journey, release control. There we have it. Then you have impasse, reflect and redirect your energy. There you have it. So with surrendering to the journey and releasing control, some of you guys have been maybe trying to suppress your dark side, maybe suppress your shadow. Like if you have any like anger that comes up, or any like jealousy, enviousness, what else? Any sadness, any grief, like any of those negative low vibrational feelings, right? That when we say low vibrational, you guys, these are not bad things. They just carry a certain frequency that's a little bit more dense, which is why you feel a little bit more stuck in those energies, versus like when you're happy, you feel light, right? When you're angry, you feel heavy. There's a heaviness and a density to those emotions, which is why they're called low frequency, because they literally vibrate at a certain frequency that is lower than other emotions like courage and love and I'm trying to remember the scale, the frequency scale. I read it in this book called, I will tag the book, you guys. It's by David R. Hawkins. It's either called Letting Go, it's called Surrender, it's called something like that. But that book goes crazy. I read it 4 times. I actually have been meaning to reread it again. But I say that to say, that book has this like layout of the frequency of your emotions, and there are certain high vibrational emotions, love, courage, joy. Those things vibrate higher, so they feel lighter. Anger, jealousy, pride, sorrow, grief, apathy, those things vibrate really low, so they feel denser, right? But it definitely feels like some of you guys are needing to surrender to those emotions that are coming up, because they're all a part of the journey. Now, remember I was telling you guys, group number 2, it's like your soul is here on a journey of learning for growth and expansion purposes, right? And so when you are going through the motions of like your dark energy and your negative energy, that's coming to help you learn something, right? Wanting to control those things is not going to do you any well or do you any good. It's meant for you to enjoy the process of feeling these feelings, so you can learn what it feels like to feel something different, and then boom, you reflect and redirect your energy, because you've gone through the mud, so you know what it's like to be in the mud. Now you want to go get clean, you want to wash off in the spring water, right? That's kind of like the analogy that's coming to me. But with this reflect and redirect your energy, it's like you won't remember, I was saying, it's like, how do you know what the light is until you experience the dark? It's like you have to experience the dark in order to reflect on what you experience, and then redirect your energy towards something different, towards something more high vibrational, or something more positive, something more aligned, right? Period. Okay, let's see what else you guys got going on. Have faith in your dreams. Okay. A time for healing. We felt that. And bring love into the situation. Okay. So some of you guys, you know, your dark side is not just feelings of, you know, anger and bitterness and pride and all those things. Your dark side is also that part of you that lives in the subconscious mind, where you have certain beliefs and certain thought processes on auto repeat. Is that the phrase? Basically, they're playing out on their own in a continuous cycle, right? And I heard a continuous vicious cycle. So for some of you guys, again, this inner critic is on go mode for you, right? But it definitely feels like, you know, you may have a side of you that tells you, you know, that you're not going to accomplish the dreams that you want, that things are not going to happen for you, things are not going to work out for you. Your future self wants you to have faith in your dreams, group number 2, period. That is Lola. She needs a nap. She needs a nap. But your future self wants you to have faith in your dreams, wants you to, you know, continue to put in effort and put in work and believe in yourself, and even to, you know, love the fact that you are tied to a dream that you have, right? Like some people, like, I'll give you guys an example, right? When I first got into readings, for me, I almost was like, why did this have to be, you know, my gift? Why did this have to be, you know, my passion and my purpose? And I was a little bit discouraged because there were people in my family and people around me who just didn't get it. They're like, what is that? My mom and like certain people in my family, super religious. So for them, it's demonic, you know, to be reading cards and stuff like that. So for me, my dark side was telling me that what I'm doing, what I feel called towards, my dreams, they're not something that I should want, right? They're not something that I should aspire to do or to go after. But this is what healing does, right? When you bring healing to your dark side, it's almost like shining a light on what's in the dark, so you can begin to process. You can begin to fully go through the process of feeling your feelings and allowing them to pass through you, right? Because that's what you want to do. You don't want the feelings to come up and then you shove them down. You want the feelings to come up and you allow them to pass through you so that they can kind of simmer on their own, right? You can never really get rid of energy, which is why you're needing to redirect and reflect, right? Because energy can't be destroyed. That's just what it is. It can only be transmuted. So the way that you transmute negative energy is by healing it and turning it more into positive energy. And your future self may be wanting you to do that at this time by bringing love into the situation, right? So loving your dark side, right? Bringing love into who you are as a person, everything that you come with, the way that you choose to handle things, your emotional makeup and capacity, all of these things, right? Loving on yourself, loving on yourself, loving on yourself, loving on yourself is like the main theme that I'm picking up for group number 2. Lots of unconditional self-love. And so unconditional love, period, is such a healing mechanism because there's this acceptance, right? And when you accept something, you no longer have to shun it. You no longer have to suppress it. You no longer are demonizing it or criticizing it, right? Like when there's acceptance, there's just this peace that comes over you where it's like, okay, this just is what it is. Now let me pour a little bit of love onto the situation and just, you know, make it feel a little bit better. So group 2, this is what we have so far. Let's get into your tarot cards. So you guys have Temperance. That's that healing energy. Look at this, right? I want to show you guys. Temperance is showing you like you have 2 cups, right? With this love your dark side too, you have 2 energies, the dark and the light. And I definitely feel like this Temperance card is talking about finding that balance between both your shadow and your, you know, your light side, between that dark and that light energy, so that you can find a balance that actually works for you, for like, so you can find a balance that not only works for you, but it oh my gosh, that inspires you, group number 2, to go towards your dreams and your goals, where you can do so knowing that you are deserving, you are worthy. Some of you guys are suffering because you don't feel worthy, because you have this dark side, whether it's just, you know, dark emotions or whether it's dark thoughts. But whatever this is, all things require love, right? And that's on period. The Empress, we were talking about growth and expansion, and here you have it. It's like finding the balance so that you can grow through it, so that you can expand through what you are learning, what you are experiencing. Oh, group number 2, the King of Swords. And you can use it to empower you so that you are now the master of your mind. For a lot of you guys, the dark side is not just your emotions, it's your thoughts, right? I feel like some of you guys are, your future self is wanting you to know that you can, you know, find this balance and begin to grow in your experience through experiencing your dark side, so that you can become, you know, more of the master, especially when it comes to your thoughts and your beliefs and your mental space. I feel like some of you guys may have been struggling with like a lot of dark thoughts recently, and just dealing with heavy energies there. But I see here your future self is telling you that what's in store for you is not that. What's in store for you is a lot of abundance and a lot of self-mastery, and like you can do it, right? Ace of Wands, spirit coming through with divine intervention, right? You can do it. This is the universe or source or God, right? Shining the light on the dark. The Ace of Wands is that fire on the torch. Now there's light. Now you can see. And some of you guys with this reflect and redirect, it's like you have to get acquainted with your dark side. You need the light so that you can see and you can understand your dark side, right? Some of you guys need to also do like some work to start understanding self, some work to start understanding who you are as a person, right? Because only then with the Six of Swords can you move into that peace of mind, into that calm state. Remember I was telling you guys, it's like when you have that form of acceptance or that sense of acceptance, it allows this peace to come over you. Some of you guys, your future self is trying to bring you in the direction of that inner peace, right? Where you have that balance between your light and your dark. However, the balance works in your favor and not against you, right? Okay, group 2, we got Sirens, so I know I ain't telling no lies. Let's get into it. Whoa. Your future self wants you to know this is the time to surrender to complete healing. So we have 2 cards here, a time for healing, surrender to complete healing. So this is the energy coming through. Some of you guys, again, all that needs to happen is that you just need to bring more love into the situation. Love those dark thoughts, right? Because they're not coming to harm you. They're coming to protect you. Let me tell you something about the dark. That is your ego, right? Your ego is not your enemy. Your ego is your greatest protector. Your ego is that mechanism that you are gifted with as a human that tells you, like, listen, I'm here to ensure your survival, whether that is mental survival, emotional survival, or physical survival, right? And your ego is like, listen, these dark thoughts are heavy. We don't like those. So guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna not think about them. We're gonna suppress them. Or, you know, your ego is like, listen, your dream might hurt your feelings if you don't succeed. So let me put some negative and dark thoughts into your mind that keeps you from going towards this, so that you don't have to feel the emotional repercussions of possible failure, right? That is what your ego does. That is how your ego thinks. It doesn't actually wish you harm. It just is, it gets really carried away with wanting to protect you, whether that's protecting your feelings, protecting your mental space, or protecting your physical body, right? So it will give you certain messages like, listen, that dream that you have, we get it, but don't do it, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? This anger that you have, it makes you a bad person. People are not gonna like you. Don't do it, right? Like, these are the things, you guys. And I feel like right now your future self is wanting you to know, like, your ego is not your enemy, so don't shun it, but also bring some healing, bring some love into that situation, into that equation, period. Let me read this to you guys. I just realized I didn't read it. So it says, open fully to the loving, compassionate forces of the universe that support your physical, emotional, and spiritual healing. Period. And I feel like the forces of the universe is just your future self, you know, shifting timelines and telepathically giving you messages, and, you know, God's source also opening doors so that you can begin the healing process. Maybe this reading for you guys, some of you guys, is definitely like, you know, messages coming through that's helping you to get that started as well. So lastly, you guys, we have 2 messages from your future self on, you know, what you should be doing right now to take care of yourself, how you can better love on yourself at this time, make yourself feel, you know, a little bit better, feel some goodness, some good energy. So group 2, you guys have movement. Ooh, so one thing I will say is a good way to get rid of stuck energy and to move and to shift like your frequency is body movement, whether it's dancing, yoga, whatever may have you. They even have movements where you just like stomp your feet to kind of shake up the root chakra. You do certain movements to kind of get your chakras in balance, right? So it definitely feels like body movement is key for you guys, group number 2. Moving that body. This could even be like physical activity, whether you're working out or you're exercising, right? But getting in tune with your body and moving it more often. And then you guys have energy work. Didn't I just say the chakras? Like, you can shake your foot to balance out the root chakra, or like bring some type of activating energy towards it. I cannot make this up. That is so funny. I didn't see these cards, you guys. So I do feel like your chakras maybe are out of balance, which is also bringing up a lot of this dark energy for you guys as well. Doing some energy work, doing some body movement, things to kind of shift your energy will definitely come in handy. Some of you guys are needing to do energy work because you are meant to be like energy practitioners, right? That's just a message for somebody. But others of you, this is just learning how to get in tune with your energy and to master your energy. Remember I was saying with this mastering the mental space, that definitely comes with energy work and energy practice. So group 2, this is what I have for you guys. Thank you so much for vibing. I am open right now for personal booking, so if you are looking to book with me, hit that link in my description below. But if you are stopping here, thank you for vibing. I love you guys so much. If you're going over to group 1 or group 3, I will see you there. Thank you guys. And as always, I love you. Peace out. All right, group number 3, the last but certainly not least of them. If you chose the rose quartz crystal, then this is going to be your reading, you guys. So your message read, give it the time it needs, right? And I keep hearing to grow. Give it the time it needs to grow. And then if you look in the palm of the person's hand, there's this little seedling that's sprouting, right? And so I definitely feel like you guys have planted seeds, group number 3, and you may be lacking a little bit of patience at this time. So first message from your future self. Your future self wants you to know, group number 3, that you need to be patient. Give something the time that it needs to grow. I feel like you've done all that you can do at this time, and all you can maybe do right now is just be consistent, be patient, be diligent and committed to the process. But don't, we got sirens, so I know I'm on to something. You guys know when we hear sirens on this channel, or car horns or whatever this is, that my guides are coming through with some confirmation. So for you guys, group 3, your future self wants you to know, like, you know, being committed, being diligent and being consistent is all you can do at this time. Something just needs the amount of time that it needs at this time to just take root and to do what it needs to do to be able to blossom and develop into what you want it to be, right? So let's see what the messages are from your future self, group 3. So be effing grateful. Okay. Be effing grateful. We all want more in life. We're a greedy mother effing species. But every now and then, just take an effing moment to stop and smell the roses. Life is about enjoying the little things, like bathing in the blood of your enemies. And if you look, there's a cat who's in the tub with like a glass of something. I hope it's wine and not blood, but you know what I'm saying? So that was a little comical way. Some of you guys, your future selves has a good sense of humor. That was something that just came through. But I definitely feel like your future self is like, you know, just be grateful for all that you have, for all of the little things. Some of you guys, you're seeing some type of growth in whatever this is that you're looking for growth in, whether it's a business, a relationship, whether this is, you know, your job, whether this is with your family or your friendship situations, right? But whatever this is, maybe you've been waiting for some good news, or maybe you've been waiting to hear back from something. Maybe you applied for something and you're waiting for it, right? But I definitely feel like there's a reason to be grateful, and your future self wants you to know and wants to remind you, like, gratitude is always the attitude, especially if you want something to continue to grow. You guys, I've been stuttering this whole reading. Like, I don't know what's going on, but it is what it is. So it definitely feels like, again, gratitude is the attitude, and you guys definitely have something to be grateful for. You have something that you can, you know, appreciate, whether it's like a little bit of growth, or whether it's, you know, just the feeling that you have, knowing that you've been doing the work, whatever that is, right? Take the time to appreciate where you are and what you've done so far, and the fact that you've planted seeds, right? So some more messages coming through. We have breaking trail, a breakthrough is at hand. So come on. Listen, I'm hearing you guys that it's like whatever time you have to wait, it's actually not as long as you think. And it's more about like surrendering to the process. The more you surrender, the faster it speeds up, because I feel like some of you guys with this lacking patience energy, or like with this energy of like, you know, needing something to maybe hurry up and make it move, like, you know, you're actually slowing it up. The more you just surrender to the process and to the divine timing of things, like this breakthrough that you've been wanting, this breakthrough you've been looking for, this I'm hearing almost like a miracle too. Like some of you guys are like, I just need this to happen. I just need this to like push through. It's gonna happen. Your future self wants you to know, this is confirmation, like the breakthrough is almost here for you, but you still have to be patient. And I feel like it's more of a lesson of like learning patience. You guys, I just realized I didn't get no Florida water, but we're going to get that now because we're on a roll here. And I definitely feel like your future self wants you to know, like, what it is that you've been wanting, what it is that you've been planting seeds and manifesting is definitely about to pop off for you, right? Then we have view from above, get the big picture. So some of you guys are needing to see things from a different perspective, right? Some of you guys are needing to understand, especially from, view from above, that's from a higher frequency or a higher space and dimension where your future self resides, right? In a different timeline outside of this one. So I feel like your future self is wanting you to kind of adopt their perspective or their eyesight in a sense, or a spiritual eyesight, right? Where it's like, you will start to see that everything's gonna happen like it's already yours. I'm hearing it's already yours, it's already yours, it's already yours. So group 3, whatever this is, it's already yours, and that may be why you need to just invest in this energy of gratitude, because the breakthrough that you're looking for, it's already here for you. It's already yours. It's literally already yours. And with this view from above, it's like you would feel differently about this. You would be more patient if you could see things through the eyes of your future self and just know that whatever this is that you are planting seeds towards, like, look, this person even looks like they're shoveling hay or something, which kind of gives me the vibes of like planting seeds, being a farmer, like investing in agriculture. Some of you guys are actually waiting for your plants to grow, maybe, right? But or for your gardens to grow and thrive. But whatever this is, it's like if you could just see it from a different perspective, you would understand that everything is already happening. Everything is already yours. All right, let's see what else we got going on here for group 3. You're very close to achieving your goal. Can I make this up? Group number 3. I'm telling you, that breakthrough is right around the corner, and I could feel it. It's like, it's more about you learning patience and learning to surrender to the journey so that things can, that resistance that you're offering towards this manifestation or towards those seeds that you've planted, that can be released from you. And then boom, there's no more resistance. So guess what happens? The goal that you're wanting, the goal that you're after, the goal that you're planting seeds for, boom, it pops off, right? You guys have a win-win outcome is forecast. Let's talk about it. Come on. I'm telling you guys, it's already yours. Like, this is what your future self wants you to know. And you guys, I did not look at these cards. I pulled these cards at random. Group 3, it is already yours. It's already yours. Like, that win-win outcome is forecast. You're very close to achieving your goal. That means things are about to pop off for you, and you just have to give things the time that they need to do it. I'm telling you guys, this is about patience. The more patience you learn, the faster things happen for you. You would think the more patience you learn, the slower you have to, the slower things go, the more you have to wait. No, patience is a virtue for a reason. It's like just learning to, not just align with divine timing, but like to just to surrender to divine timing almost, right? Look at the bigger picture. Yo, there's so much confirmation coming through. Get the big picture, look at the bigger picture. It's like your future self is really hell-bent on having you see things from a different perspective, right? Seeing things from the bigger picture, understanding maybe even the spiritual aspects of what this is and why maybe certain things need the time that it needs to grow and to develop, and why certain things are going to break through and going to pop off and going to, you're going to achieve these goals at the timing that you will, because it's all significant. There are no mistakes in the universe, right? And so there may be like a chain of events that has to happen in order for things to really align for you in the best possible way. Like, how they say, like, imagine, right? Like, you have all your dreams come true right now. That means that you really wouldn't learn a lot through that manifesting for you instantaneously, right? I feel like the bigger picture is like, maybe you have more things to learn, more things to do. Maybe the thing you need to learn is patience, but I do feel like there are lessons attached to whatever this is that you're manifesting. And the reason why it hasn't manifested yet is because you're still learning, and you're still being almost like, you're being prepared to become the version of you that you need to be in order for things to pop off and for you to maintain it, right? So like, let's say you're wanting more money, right? And this is what you're manifesting. Your future self is letting you know, confirmation, yes, group 3, the money is going to be here for you. You're going to have a lot of it. However, right now you're needing to give things time, because maybe you're learning certain things. Maybe you're learning how to invest your money wisely, how to manage it better, right? Maybe you're learning how to, spend money in different ways. Like some people hoard money, some people splurge money, right? Maybe you're learning how to find the balance with certain things, right? Let's say this is love and relationships, and you know you're waiting for something to pop off. Maybe you planted seeds by shooting your shot, and you're just waiting to maybe hear back from this person, or waiting to see if anything's going to transpire between you and this person, right? Maybe in the meantime, until things pop off, you're being prepared to be the person who knows how to be a good partner, who knows how to be in a healthy relationship. Like those kind of things is what I'm feeling. It's like you're being prepared in the meantime. And it's like, instead of seeing it as preparation, maybe you're seeing it as, you know, it's not happening. You know, why is it not moving? Nothing's happening. Nothing's growing. When in actuality, something is happening. It's just happening according to God's timing, divine timing. And you're needing to get in alignment with that, right? Like I feel like you'll have an easier time if you just accept the pace and the flow of which the universe is working, right? So for your tarot cards, we have the Fool. We love it. We love it. The Lovers. So for some of you, this is a relationship. That is so interesting. For others of you, it's not, but we're going to talk about it. The King of Wands. I feel like this is a relationship. I'm not going to hold you, like, but it might not be. The Five of Pentacles in reverse. We like that with the Justice card in reverse. Okay. So what I'm seeing here, you guys, first of all, I'm hearing that you're needing to be a little bit more confident, a little bit more encouraged, right? Like your spirit needs to be a little bit more aligned with the energy of, like, how do I say this? Like the King of Wands is somebody who knows his power. He knows that things are happening for him. He doesn't worry about things. He's too busy having fun, right? This could be, you know, something taking a toll on your confidence, and your future self is wanting you to know, like, listen, now's the time for you to tap in with this confidence, right? Make choices and take risks from a place of, like, this is what I'm doing. This is what I love. This is what's here for me. Your future self wants you to know also that, you know, balance and alignment is here. I feel like a new start is also here for you. Some of you guys, your goal is to, like, completely change and shift your reality. And there could be a reason why that's also happening slowly, because that shift doesn't happen overnight for most people, right? Some of you guys are completely changing your lifestyles and completely changing, you know, maybe your tax bracket, or completely changing what you do for work, or completely changing your love life. And those things don't always happen overnight, right? For the for the group of you that are watching for love and for romance, your future self is letting you know that you have this beautiful, passionate connection coming through. That's not going to make you feel like you are alone. That's not going to make you feel like, you know, this person's going to leave you or abandon you. I feel like you're going to realize, like, this is what you've been looking for all along. However, I do see with the Justice card in reverse, it's giving vibes of, like, some of you guys are throwing your own selves off of or out of balance, because there's this energy coming through where it's like, you know, something's not happening. That impatient energy is what's kind of throwing you off your rocker, is what I'm seeing. And your future self wants you to be aware of that. But for those of you who are not, you know, this is not about love and this is about money. With the Five of Pentacles being in reverse, or like whether it's money or a job, career, business, project, right? I do see that you are about to shift completely, like your financial situation with this energy. But confidence definitely is your key. You're going to need that in order to, you know, make some things shake. And I feel like things are growing because you've nurtured it. You've taken, you know, the time to implant these things with love. And I feel like some of you guys just have to stand tall on your pride rock and just know that everything's happening for you, and just change that perspective, right? Again, looking at the bigger picture, or getting that view from above, and just knowing that you know that it's already yours and it's already done for you. Right? So let's get the last two cards out. Well, the last two decks, I'll say. So you have a surrender card, and this is what your future self wants you to give up or surrender at this time. So you guys, surrender your attachment to results. Holy crap. This is what we were talking about, you guys. So this reads, the formula for success is to do all you can to make things happen, and then let go of the results. Holding on too tightly to a desired outcome can sabotage it. Now, remember I was saying, you guys, it's like the patience that's necessary, because it's like looking for something to happen right now. It's offering a lot of resistance. Let me get some tea, because I feel the throat chakra chakring. Hold on, you guys. But some of you guys are attached to maybe a certain timeline that something has to play out. And again, it's giving like you're not looking at things and seeing the big picture of it. You're not seeing why there's a certain divine timing to everything. You're not seeing why things have to play out the way that they do. You just want what you want the way you want it, because you know you've been putting in work and this is something you really want. And I do see things changing for you guys. I see things, you know, turning around for you guys. But it's definitely giving like if you are attached to something happening the way you need it to happen, that's what your future self is like. Let that go. First of all, I'm hearing you don't know better, right? So it's like a lot of times we will plan things out thinking we know what's best for us, when the universe, when God's source has something way better in store, and it has to happen in a certain way because there are so many moving parts to a manifestation. Maybe it involves like other people, right? Like synchronicities and certain things that just have to happen, but there's a timing for that and there's a reason for that, right? And so releasing your attachment to results, it means that basically you are no longer tied to needing things to play out a certain way. You're no longer tied to having things play out in a certain way according to your ego's understanding or overstanding, right? You guys, we're going to close out with 2 self-love cards, 2 self-care cards, what your future self wants you to be doing at this time to take care of yourself and to better love on yourself at this time. So the first thing you guys have is, ooh, SEX. This is interesting. Some of you guys, you need to release tension is what I'm getting. So this could be a good way to do it. And keep in mind that you do not need another person in order to do this. Some of you guys are waiting for a person because maybe some tension has built up and you're just waiting to feel that passion. If you look, there's a shadowy figure behind this woman and she's like, oh, if only this person was here now. Some of you guys, that's what you have been waiting on, right? This other person to come into your life. But I definitely feel like with this energy of gratitude, right? If for those of you where this is romantic in nature, if you're waiting for another person, you don't have to wait on another person for, you know, a sexual release. You don't have to do that. You can take care of things yourself, right? I always recommend when this card comes out and that download comes to me about like, you know, handling your own business, I always recommend to people this one song by Victoria Monet called 10 New Friends. And she's basically talking about she broke up with a person and like, you know, she can't handle her own business. Like she don't need him. You know, he was out there cheating and she know her hands is not going to cheat on her or whatever the case is. You feel me? So I feel like your future self wants you to get more in tune with pleasing yourself, self-pleasure, releasing your tension. Some of you guys, it's a buildup where it's like that's also what's making you like hyper fixate on results and what it is that you want, because you're not really, there's no balance in that sacral area is what it's giving, right? You guys have connect with fire. Look at that. So this would be connecting with the energy of, because fire does represent pleasure, passion, things of that nature too. But I feel like there's this energy of needing to connect with spirit as well, right? Because if you guys are needing to, you know, to get the bigger picture or to see from a different perspective, from a bird's eye view, right? This is a spiritual perspective or spirit's perspective, right? Spirit, the universe, your guides, your future self, when they're looking back or they're looking at your now current situation, they're not seeing things the way that you're seeing things. And I feel like, again, your future self is wanting you to connect with a different way of looking at your situation. And in order to do that, some of you guys are going to need to connect with your spirit, with your higher self. And fire is definitely a good way to do that. Candle work, burning incense, anything that burns, anything connected with the energy of fire is definitely a good way to not only cleanse, but also to just connect with that spiritual essence, that ether essence, right? So group 3, this is what I have for you guys. Thank you so much for vibing, connecting, watching, tuning in. I do have availability open, so if you're looking to book a personal with me, don't forget to hit that link in the description below, because that's how you do it. If you guys are heading over to group 2 or 1, I will see you there. But if you're stopping here, thank you so much for vibing and connecting with your girl. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all of the good things. And until the next time we speak and connect, I love you guys so much. Peace out.